Today's tool haul includes a Koken socket set or two and a KTC wrench. Really excited about these sockets. I like the nut grip quite a bit. I got a few 3/8, so I got some 1/4 inch. This is a KTC double box end offset wrench, 17-19 millimeter. Part number is pretty huge, so you should be able to read it no problem. And really like the finish of this wrench. This is the bag that the Koken sockets came in, bigger bag for the bigger set. And just wanted to take a moment to go over the Koken bags because they are incredible. They're real thick. They're nice. I tend to use them for if I'm going on a mobile job situation. I can throw some sockets in there. I mean, it's just a great tool bag for on the go. I like to use plastic bags, and the thin ones are, they're just too thin. These are great. So I definitely save these and repurpose them as tool bags within a toolbox for like a mobile work situation. Doubt I'll be taking my Koken tools out on the road or anything like that, so I don't think these will go back in the bag, but you never know. So going back to this wrench, like I said, I really like the finish. I did pay quite a bit for all three of these items. I think this wrench was definitely north of $20. Let me look it up real quick. This wrench was $25 with taxes and shipping. This 1/4 inch nut gripper socket set from 7 to 14 was $55.67 with shipping. I since found it cheaper at frankstools.com, but they do charge $15 for shipping, which kind of negates the $10 savings. Here I am testing the 10 millimeter with the 10 millimeter Toyota bolt from a door latch. And really a big fan of these nut gripper sockets. Didn't think I'd like them so much. I just bought a few. I bought a semi-deep and a deep set in 3/8 of just 4 or 5 sockets each. Really enjoyed them. But since then, did some brainstorming and tried to think of scenarios where I would need these. And I keep thinking of scenarios where I would need a stubby or a short socket, not a deep or a semi-deep. So I decided for the 1/4 inch, I was just going to get the regular size ones. And these were expensive. These were $150 for the set, which is completely outrageous. And normally I would never pay that much for tools, but I'm on a Koken kick right now. I'm loving their sockets and ratchets. I vowed to buy the last ratchet on my last tool haul video. Not quite done with the sockets yet, but I'm getting close, I hope. So I got this extreme amount of whipping required to get the bolt out of there, but any reasonable amount of shaking the bolt out, it stays retained. So very happy with these nut grips. Don't plan to put a lot of torque on them. I know it's not a fair comparison, but just for a comparison, this is a Sunex Impact 1/4 inch 10 millimeter. So it's got the magnet grip instead of the nut grip. And I know it's an Impact, but it's a 12 point, but it's significantly larger in all dimensions. So I'm hoping maybe some dash work or something. These Koken swivels will come in handy. I do plan to keep them for the rest of my life. I do got to protect against theft. You know, that would be, or fire. It would be very unfortunate spending all this money on tools to lose them. But I do hope for these to last me. And very excited about this purchase. The Koken 10 millimeter is just over 1 inch, and the Sunex 10 millimeter is just under 2 inches. You can zoom in and look at that. I don't quite get it lined up to 0 till the end here, so have some patience. But I'm very happy with this tool haul. Maybe going a little excessive on Koken sockets, especially after I bought everything I pretty much needed with Icon. I still do want to buy some more Impact swivel sockets, maybe some semi-deep and deep. But for now, I feel like I have every possible tool I need, and I'm just kind of buying, any little bit of tools to round out my current collection for what I'm working on, which right now is early 2000 Toyotas. So I'm trying to just stick with those sizes if possible. Every socket set I get is geared towards that. I'm even buying individual sockets to try and save some money, because the sets are just so expensive, and it's nice to have a no skip set, but the reality is if I'm not planning on using them, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on them. And even though these are pricey, I do plan to use them. So I haven't run into too many situations where, it's a tight fit on a early 2000 Toyota. But with my ongoing maintenance learning journey, I hope to one day and deploy some of these sockets. For sure, these 1/4-inch ones will be used quite a bit. I do, all kinds of work, and I've learned if the bolt isn't over 12, grab the 1/4-inch set and just go with all 1/4-inch stuff. And if it's 17 or larger, I'm going straight to 1/2 inch. So I realize I have quite a bit of 3/8, but I do kind of prefer the lightness of the 1/4-inch for small work and the heavy dutiness of the 1/2 inch drive stuff for breaking bolts loose. So, and it's also nice to just have one set and not switch back and forth and just have a bunch of tools of different sizes. So, I'm learning more as I go. I like prepping for jobs and pulling out a bunch of tools and seeing what I use and what I don't use. So as I do jobs, I just keep mental notes of what tools would have been handy to have. And I'm definitely enjoying these Koken nut grips. I wanted to buy a small set before I bought a large set, because I figured, the small bolts are the ones that I'm going to lose. The large ones should be pretty easy to keep track of or pull out with my fingers. But that being said, I still did buy some single Koken 1/2 inch nut grip sockets that will be in a future tool haul video. But for now, I'll focus on these. The 7, it skips a 9, but I think it has an 11. I'll go over the sizes here pretty soon, I hope. But just getting them arranged. The swivel set did come with this really nice magnet Koken socket rail. So I've never had a nice rail before. I've only had, the plastic pegs or the garbage metal clips. So this is my first high-end magnetic rail. So now I'm going to compare this KTC wrench, I think it stands for Kyoto Tool Company, to my other box end wrenches of Toyota sizes. So this is my Pride and Joy Mac 1214. It's not quite as long as I would like. I like the length of this KTC. They're both 12 point. They both have flat handles that I like. The Mac has definitely a more of a chrome finish. The KTC is more of an industrial finish. But I've learned that I like the industrial finish better. I like the grip. I don't need my tools to be flashy. And I like the texture of the industrial finish on the professional wrenches I have at work and this KTC double box end wrench. So it's a personal preference, and I understand how some people might prefer chrome, but I see it can be slippery sometimes when working with fluids on it. I forgot to save it, but this Koken wrench came with a nice nice plastic bag that was easy to open, almost like a candy wrapper. Very basic description of part number, company, country, little logo. Disposable thin plastic, so I discarded it, but it was very nicely packaged with no oil. I hope you enjoyed this tool haul video.